Hey guys, Bill here, and in this video we're going to talk about using fibs or Fibonacci retracements to make intraday trades. I'm going to be using SPY as an example, but this technique can be used on any ticker that you want. And if you watch my first video on the Fibonacci retracements, basically what we're going to be looking for here is the best risk-reward entry spot for continuation of a trend after a pullback. So here's SPY from Thursday. And so, you know, this is something that it's not going to be right off the open, obviously, because what we need to see first is some type of directional move, which I'll call a leg, okay? Whether it's up or down doesn't matter. In this case, on Thursday, it was a nice leg up. And once there starts to be a pullback, that's when you're going to draw your fib, okay? So we're going to draw from the low to the high, because this is an uptrend. And this is going to give us an idea of where we might want to enter. Now, remember I talked about the golden zone. The golden zone is the area from 50 or 500 down through the 786. This is the area that's going to most likely yield a reversal for continuation of the initial trend. And the initial trend on Thursday was an uptrend. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait and we get a big pullback, okay? Now, how do you play these? Where do you enter? There's a little bit of subjectivity there, right? So, you know, sometimes you might get the bounce right at this 500 and it just keeps going. But what I like to try to do is enter right around the middle, about a half size position. And then if we still continue to see some downward movement, I'll add the rest of my position. And my stop loss is going to be a close under the 786, that last golden zone fib, okay? You know, some people scale in earlier. They'll start to scale real small, like maybe a third size position here, another third here, another third here. It's really up to you. But that's just how I do it. I like to wait to the middle, and then I add a little bit if we keep going down. Otherwise, I've, you know, still got a half-size position. If we bounced here, then I can make some money. And I have good risk-reward because I'm still adding here, and I'm not closing out of the position until we get a close under the fib. So as you can see on Thursday, this was a great example of how well these things hold up. We got the huge dump that kind of freaked everybody out. And when I saw the huge dump, I was just thinking, good, because I think it's probably going to come down and we're going to hold this golden zone and I'm going to get calls again. And that's exactly what happened. You know, is it always going to happen like this? No, but it's going to happen more often than not, and that's why I use this you know, technique so often. So we get the big dump down, and they even try to fake you, and they're wicking below the golden zone. They're trying to, you know, try to fake you out here, but if you follow the plan, and even, you know, on this is the 5-minute chart, a 5-minute close, you stay in the trade, and we get a nice big move back up, right? Now, should you use 5, 10, 15 minute? It's really up to you. Obviously, you know, the main thing is the higher the time frame, the more likely you aren't going to get faked out. But on the flip side, you could take a bigger loss if, you know, we really got a dump here, and instead of cutting after 5 minutes, you cut after 15, maybe we're all the way down here. So try to figure out what's best for you and your personality and your risk management, you know, but 5, 10, or 15 minute closes all can work. Just kind of understand the benefits and negatives of each, you know, candle close, okay? And, you know, if you wanted to, what you could also do, and I do this a lot, is here's a nice big leg down. So you can draw a fib from this downtrend, okay? And not only could you use this as a way to maybe find a place to go short, but you can use it as a way to scale on the way out. Because think about it like this. If you enter down here and you're thinking, okay, well, what are some good price targets? Well, where are we most likely going to reject? The golden zone, right? So you could wait and start scaling at the 50. See how we kind of had some trouble with this area and consolidated and pulled back again. And then we rip up through here. You know, you could scale again at the 618. Now we're in the middle of the golden zone. And, you know, here we go. We're testing the 786 now. And it gets over a little bit and rejects it. So these fibs work both ways, all right? So if for whatever reason you were bullish or, you know, bullish in the beginning of the day, and then you kind of flipped bearish, you could use this and look for puts entry. you know, it wouldn't have been a big winner, but you could have got a couple little moves down here and here, depending on what chart you're, or what candle closes you're using. Let's see. If you were using the 15, then yeah. So if you wanted to go short off this dump down and you drew this fib and you came up, they wick over this 786, that last area. They wick it a bunch of times. We just never really get the big dump back down because it was, you know, the flow that day was quite bullish. So that's why I was more interested in playing calls off, you know, this first fib we drew. But you can see the potential that they have going both ways. So you can have, you know, an uptrend and a downtrend in the same day, depending on the legs that, you know, if there's nice legs in the movement. You know, on chop days, you don't get as much range. Maybe this isn't as great of a strategy, but if you have a nice trend for, you know, the first hour of the day or however long it needs to be, you can start drawing these fibs and looking for places to re-enter and continue with the trend, or you can, you know, look for places to time a reversal on the bounce back up. It's up to you. Use your, you know, other techniques and info you have to decide if you're looking to go short or long, but this will really help you time your entries well and maximize your risk reward. All right, so intraday SPY fibs. That's really it. If you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you have any other things you want to learn about with fibs or some ideas for videos, just let me know and I'll make those. Thanks for watching, guys.